Morning. What are you doing today, Doc? Today I want to talk about, I guess I'll talk about, again, a lot of questions about goosegrass and crabgrass. So I figured I'd talk about that. Man, that sun is bright. Then I've got a ton of stuff going on here today. After I talk about that, I'll actually pop around, just show you what's going on. This is what happens. That's what happens when you hit a metal cable with your brand new Toro Zero Turn 2024. And this is what happens when you order the wrong side blade, even though the manufacturer specified this one. So I got a new blade coming in. Anyways, identification and treatment. This is a tough one because honestly, there really isn't anything on the market that I know of. If you know of something, drop a comment down below, but I don't think so. There isn't one treatment that you can do for both crabgrass and goosegrass. I've got both out front. I had the same last year, but I couldn't put down a pre-emergent, which is the way you treat for it. I couldn't put a pre-emergent down because I knew we'd be seeding this and seeding this. So again, pre-emergent is the absolute key to controlling crabgrass and goosegrass. We cover a lot of this in the lawn guides. Of course, the lawn guides are up. Make sure you get the lawn guides, dude. They're free. Over 2 million people have used them. Cool Season, Zoysia, and Bermuda Grass websites, all three of them. Don't forget, if you're not a subscriber, I hate when people say this, but subscribe. And the reason I want you to subscribe is we're doing a lot of subjects that are off lawn care. And so when I do a subject that's off lawn care, you may not actually see the video, but you still might find it kind of interesting. I don't know. All right, so the baby chicks have got a new house. I bought them a new sort of brooder, a much bigger one, because I got a bunch of baby chicks. I got like 30 of them. The guys, I'm having a custom coop built up here. That coop is done. They're gonna come back today and they're gonna start to build the actual run. So I'm gonna do a big fenced in run up there. I was gonna do that myself with my guys, but dude, it is scorching hot out here. And my guys have touchy availability and their skills aren't as good as these guys. So I got a quote from them and it was just like, either way I go, I'm going to end up paying. So I'm just going to have them do it. I really like them. It's a small company. I'll talk about that later. What else have I got going on? I got to go check all my traps for raccoons because the chickens. Irrigation. I'm running irrigation up to my fields. I've got a ton of deer in here. Every single night, and middle of the afternoon, morning, I've got deer everywhere. I've got baby wood ducks on the pond, all kinds of stuff going on. So I'll shut up and we'll talk about goosegrass and crabgrass. So this is a farm property, which means we have birds carrying seeds everywhere. I've got weed seeds everywhere. Hell, I got tons of Bermuda up in my fields I like to get rid of. I'm trying to grow Bermuda down here. It's crazy. But this is that pond area where I've got that common Bermuda down here. And last year I had the same thing. I had goosegrass and crabgrass. Let's talk about identifying them. And some people have a hard time with it, and even I can have a hard time with it, but it's pretty simple. Goosegrass, when you look at the base of it, it sort of looks like a wagon wheel. It's usually white, it's a wagon wheel, and it's really tough. And you can see a goosegrass sort of wants to stand up by itself here. This is what I'm talking about. Now see that sort of wagon wheel effect here? And it's really hard down here. But that is a goosegrass. Now, let's go find the crabgrass. So when we come over to the crabgrass, you can see it's much more divided out. It's a softer grass and there really isn't a white core here. So this is crabgrass and it's gonna run out, it's gonna split out. This is your crab. That's your crabgrass. Comes out pretty easy. Goosegrass, when it's big, man, what a root it has. Oh, I may just come out with some Roundup and just touch that with some Roundup, to be honest. All right, so we've talked about identification, finding out what you actually have. Now I'll show you the two products that I'm actually using. I used these last year and I had pretty good results with them. For the goosegrass, I'm going to use this, and this is the Speed Zone EW. It actually controls quite a bit, but it did a real good job on the goosegrass. What you got to understand is when you kill goosegrass, it doesn't die off like a normal weed. It slowly dies, and you can actually, after about 10 days, you can walk over and the actual stems will just start to fall off. and that's how you can tell it's actually dying. For crabgrass, I really like Drive XLR8. I have had such good luck with this product, and it's not horribly expensive. I mean, that big bottle is probably like 60 bucks or something. I'll put a link to both of those. But again, you're gonna really read your label, understand temperatures, understand applications, how you're gonna put it down. You really need to spend some time. Put on your reading glasses like I do, and sit there and spend some time with that label and understand what grass it's compatible with. If you haven't put out your dirt booster, put out some dirt booster. The mycorrhizal fungi that's produced by dirt booster, it attaches to the roots of your lawn during this we need rain. This place is dry as dust. That mycorrhizal fungi will actually double your root zone and help bring in water to your plants that it can't reach. That's why we like dirt booster. The mycorrhizal fungi, it has humic, it has carbon in it, it has mycorrhizal fungi, and it has organic matter. And you can put down dirt booster anytime. It could be 110 degrees, no rain, put down your dirt booster, do some irrigation. Here comes the crew with all the lumber. Let me tell you what, man, I have total respect for these guys. The owner is originally from Puerto Rico, and his brother was in Florida, started the same type business. So when he came here, he started the same business. They're out here from 8:30 in the morning till 5 o'clock at night in this scorching sun. And I'm like, dude, I couldn't do it. There's no way I could do it. But basically, here's my monster executive lodge here. So I've got a door here, full door. I want a step up, complete walk-in. I've got an electric door for the girls. Yesterday I was up here, I'm installing an electrical outlet for this and maybe a little light. Up here, there's gonna be a solar powered exhaust fan, and someone asked about it. I'll link to that once this is done. And when the sun's out, that thing just sucks. But here's the great thing, look at this. Look at all this ventilation. Windows, and then here will be the automatic egg nesting boxes. The eggs roll out automatically. One of the biggest problem with eggs, you don't want to wash them because they have something called bloom on them, and the bloom protects the eggs from bacteria. So you do not refrigerate farm fresh eggs, but you don't wash them either. And if they got poo all over them, then you got to wash them.
Hola, ¿cómo estás?
Bien. Old and hot, that's how I am. Dude, it was so hot yesterday.
It was. I was outside for a little bit. And
About 1 o'clock, I was like, I'm going to go watch the golf.
right,
And it was hot.
it was.
So I've shot this several times, and I keep forgetting to put it on video. A couple of you guys that follow my channel are actually pretty smart, because you go, hey, Doc, what happened to the pond berm and the centipede grass that you planted? What was it, last year we planted some centipede seed out here? The drought just killed everything. Or so I thought. Apparently, the centipede that was along the pond edge survived, and now it's growing up. Look at this. This is crazy. This right here is almost all centipede, all along here. Good Lord, man, that must be a carp down there. Concentrate. So here, that's centipede. Looks like baby St. Augustine. So now I've got centipede grass growing all along my pond berm. If I get some more rain, it'll actually keep growing, which is great, and I'm happy with that centipede. But I thought that was kind of cool. I kept looking, I was like, man, that looks like little St. Augustine, and I realized it was the centipede grass that I planted a year ago that had survived only because of that pond down here, and some of it on this side too. Georgia red clay. That's like cement, man. Man, I gotta get some water on these fields. Everything is bone dry. I'll do that whole field. Hello. But as an example, the first year we owned this place, this field was just dirt. Number one, we couldn't get anything to grow in it because there was super high potassium, but we didn't have any irrigation. And now look at it. I mean, there's so much going on here, just diversity-wise. So I've got, this is probably purple top turnip, tons of clover, and this is actually a cowpea. That's actually a cowpea, and then you can see the Bermuda grass. Now you know why a lot of states ban Bermuda grass, because once that gets in here, I'll tell you what, you go from inside air conditioning to out here, it is stifling hot. So over here, I don't have irrigation, and I got a bunch of this browning out. I may have to try and run hoses over to that irrigation pump and get some pond water on this. Now this isn't horrible. This is the area that I need to treat, and here's the warning for you. You don't want to come out when it's 93 degrees and you're in a drought and treat for crabgrass and Drought and goosegrass. You want to read the label and you want to see when is the right time to do it. And they'll probably say don't do it during drought and excessive heat. So you got to wait until you get some rain. A good time to treat it is after a heavy rain event where you don't have rain coming in for another day or two. That's a good time to treat for it. But I mean, if this is like day 12 without rain out here, 90 degrees, I probably would not be out spraying my crabgrass or my goosegrass. I'm going to wait until I finally have some rain come in, then I'll treat it. My only problem here is I've got young Bermuda out here. So again, I need to go to my label and I need to find out how is this going to impact new seed. In other words, how old does that seed need to be before I actually treat it? Anyways, guys, I got a bunch more stuff coming on. That chicken coop and pen area should be done pretty soon. I'll do videos on that. I know I've been promising. I've got videos on all this solar and backup stuff that we're doing out here. I'll get those done. It's just, man, we got so much going on. And I got to stain all that chicken coop too. So I'll talk to you later. Doc.